Now to the winner. Congratulations.
Pero con estos cabrones no me comparen, no, por favor no me comparen, que ustedes saben ya que no soy normal.
Well, my main goal for 2026 was to get as big as I possibly can. So when this lean bulk challenge popped up, it aligned perfectly with my own overall goals. So for that reason, it was a no-brainer. I was in. Along with another reason that motivated me to do as best as I could in this challenge was that, if you didn't already know, this would be Hani Rambod's and FST7's second challenge. The first one was a transformation challenge that I also participated in, and I placed.
To third place, we have Yahid Rubio. Did a great job. Not only did he get more conditioned, but he also got conditioned front to back, and he did a great job with his upper and lower body. So again, symmetry, everything got tighter. You did an amazing job. So congratulations for winning the $150 gift card and placing third.
And so after doing that, I thought to myself, well, if I already did that once, why can't I do that again, if not place higher? So that was my main driver for this challenge. The way that these challenges are set up, you're never really side by side like a head-to-head race or in a sports match where you're versing literally next to the opponent, which made it easy to stay fixated on yourself. Regardless of that, I would always do so. So this challenge was a me versus me. It didn't matter who came in top 5 last time. Were they even competing in this challenge? All that I knew was that, again, if I did third place on the first challenge, why can't I do it again? Why can't I do better? So ideally, yes, you enter something with your head held up high and your mentality focused on being number one and coming out the champion on the other side. But regardless of all that, all I knew was that I needed to beat myself, do better than I previously did, and continue making progress. If I did so, that alone right there is a win. So my strategy for this challenge, I divided it in 2 ways. 1 being the before and 2 being the during. So in the before, like Malcolm X told us, the future belongs to those that prepare for it. So that was my mindset going into before the challenge, thinking to myself, okay, what is first place person doing? First place already has their meal plan ready. They have their meals prepped already. Going in day 1, supplements stacked, ready. Everything ready. Their outfit picked out the night before, ready, right? I mean, I don't know if that's what first place did or not, but again, that's the mindset that I had. So then you think, all right, what would second place be doing? And for example, right, I'm not sure if this is the right answer, but this is how my brain was thinking before the challenge even started. So first place had everything ready. Where does second place come in? Second place the day before is barely going grocery shopping for their meal plan. And then barely making the meals the day of. Probably already lacked on their first meal because they had to get up and prepare. And so you're falling a little bit behind versus first place that already had everything ready. All they had to do was get up, grab that outfit, grab that meal, and get going, right? And then let's say third place is barely going grocery shopping on day 1, probably had work, so had to go grocery shopping after work. After all of that, to still have to meal prep, you're exhausted, so what? Said, fuck it, it's only day 1, it's not gonna be a big deal. I'll just get Chipotle on my way home from grocery shopping and that'll be meal 1. Then I'll have this prepped for day 2. Again, they're already lost 1 day. That's setting you back from second place and first place, right? And then you can just keep going, making up whatever scenario that you want to make for fourth place. didn't do that till the third day. Fifth place, didn't get locked in until the fourth day, and so on and so forth, right? So again, that was my idea. The future belongs to those that prepare for it. So I needed to be prepared for this future challenge that was coming up. So I was the one that pre-made my meal plan before the challenge even started, already did my grocery shopping, already did my meal preps, already planned my clothes right there to be ready for me in the morning. I didn't really do all that clothes shit, but I had everything locked in. So all I had to do was wake up on day one, put in my work, eat my meals, and that's it. Follow the routine and just trust from day one. I thought doing that could give me the best advantage that I would want and or need to go and win and do better in this challenge. And then the during portion of the challenge. So I viewed this as like one of those reality challenge game shows, right? So there's like 100 people or like 10 teams that all start off in the beginning, but throughout the series of the show, there's points that you could accumulate. And so maybe you do bad on the first challenge, decent on the second, win the next two, and overall you got 2 wins that made up for the lack of points that you got in the previous ones, right? And then since you won, obviously the other people didn't get as many points on those challenges that where you did win. So again, you're overall averaging points. So I just thought, as long as I do the best that I possibly can, day by day, stacking little points and as many points as I can in every category, whether it was training, dieting, resting, every single day, if I can get as many small points as I can, towards the end, those points will stack up and I would have the most points and or the best results and win and or do better, right? Secondly, for the during, continuing to view this as one of those reality show challenges. In those shows, there's elimination rounds, right? So everybody's getting as many points as they can, but on the elimination days, if there's 100 contestants, maybe they drop to 50. Or if there's 10 teams, they drop to 5. So because this challenge went throughout the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year, I viewed those 3 as the quote unquote elimination days, thinking, okay, who's gonna cave on Thanksgiving? Who's gonna overeat? Who's gonna eat their grandma's pie and have seconds, if not thirds, on Thanksgiving Day? What is first place doing at that day? Staying locked in, eating their meal, and that's it. No extra gravy, no give me that cornbread, none of that. No cheesecake, locked in. So that's what I thought to myself. On this day, if I can stay locked in, I have better opportunity to win. Elimination day 1. Elimination day 2 would have been Christmas. So what are you gonna do on Christmas? Typically you have family gatherings. You're staying up late. You're playing with presents. You're eating family dinners. Your cousin pulls up. He gangs up with your uncle. Tries to influence you on, oh, come on, bro. It's just one drink. It's just one shot. Is first place caving into all of that? Or are they staying locked in? How many more will fall behind on elimination day 2? Final elimination day, New Year's. And typically people are staying up late, drinking alcohol, family gatherings, food. Again, big elimination day right there. Even if you don't cave into the food or into the alcohol, are you staying up late to celebrate New Year's? Meaning, okay, are these people staying up late, not getting the best rest and recovery that they could get because they overslept? Maybe they say, fuck it, I'm not even gonna train today. It's already too late. I'm too tired. I'm drained. I'm gassed. Big elimination day right there. What is first place doing? Staying locked in. Ate their meals, didn't stay awake, didn't consume alcohol, got up bright and early the next day, kept grinding the same diet plan, hit the gym, got their recovery, and that's what my idea was. That's what I did. So as far as the diet goes, again, with my before strategy that I had, the diet was already made like a week in advance before the challenge started. I went for the most simplistic route. I had my macro goals set, and I said, what is the easiest things that I could meal prep? Flavor, taste, enjoyment was not a priority for me, although I did enjoy every meal that I had, but I just wanted to go for simplicity's sake. Quick, fast, and easy was what I went for. So here go a couple pictures of the stuff that I ate throughout this entire 6-week FST7 Lean Bulk Challenge. It never changed. Everything was on lock every single day, on schedule. I ate every 2 to 3 hours. Meal 1, early breakfast was around 6 a.m. I had this protein cereal that I would make. And then I had part 2 breakfast around 9 a.m. was this breakfast sandwich that I made. Followed along with lunch around 12. After that, I would move on to my afternoon snacks around 2. Then I would have the same food that I ate for lunch again for dinner around 5. And lastly, I had my late night snack, dessert, or whatever you want to call it, around 7 o'clock. And then last but certainly not least, I had an alarm on my phone at 7 p.m. on the dot. So when I would get around to eating that final late night snack, I would have that alarm to check on my phone for my fitness app and see overall how many calories it's registered that I burned on that day. If I would surpass the calories that I was eating, I would adjust and include bonus snacks. If I was spot on with the calories that I was burning compared to the calories that I was eating, snacks stayed the same. No additional snacks would have to come in, and that was it. But all those sweets were only a bonus. I made sure that everything else that I ate prior to that met my macro goals. So my proteins, fats, carbs, water, everything was dialed in, on lock, made sure I had everything before that point. And then after that, depending on how many calories I had free at 7 p.m., I get to eat fun shit. That was kind of fucking weird though. Eating fun shit? What is fun shit? I would get to eat flavorful, fatty snacks that hit the heart. And so for the supplements, just as the meals, I had all of this ready before the challenge even started. So my supplements of choice for this challenge was some sort of electrolyte packages or electrolyte powder. And I paired that with dextrose for natural sweetener. These two were my hydration combos throughout the entire time. I got these two with my winnings of the first challenge. So I got them and I stored and saved them from the first challenge to be able to use these products in the Lean Bulk Challenge after. I didn't know which one I wanted, so I went for the Extreme and the EVP 3D. This one has caffeine. This is a non-stim. I got both of them, and sometimes I'd combine them, sometimes switch one to the other, but this one's empty and this one's not. So I definitely did lean over towards the caffeinated pre-workout versus the non-stim for the challenge. In addition, I also got and would include in my pre-workout mix EVPQ that was used for pumps. I still got a little bit of this left over. I was just experimenting with it, so I'm going to keep doing so. I also got carb powder. 2 reasons why I use carb powder. One was because of the time that I trained, which is at 4 a.m. So I trained fasted, and I felt that liquid carbs with fast accessible to the body would let me utilize these to fuel my workouts in the morning. Secondly, it's a great way to get carbs inside of your diet and calories. So Two birds, one stone with this one. Next, from the Evogen that I also got from the first challenge was this Cellchem PR based on this one. I cleared it, I loved it, the flavor was insane. You would use this for post-workout and recovery. Next, creatine is creatine. I think that's enough said. And last but certainly not least, protein isolate whey. Again, from the Evogen collection that I claimed as part of my prize from the first challenge. I had to go with this at that point in time. This just dropped, the Dubai style chocolate protein, and I ran through this shit. This thing was gas, fire. I would definitely try this again. This is the protein that I went with. And so this was my supplement stack that I used for the FST7 Lean Bulk Challenge. So everybody's struggles are different. For myself, I didn't have those common struggles that everyone else tends to have during a bulk and or in this situation, a lean bulk. Where I think the most common struggle during a bulk or a lean bulk for people typically tends to be, oh, I'm sick of eating, or halfway through the day and I still have to eat all of this food. So the struggle of trying to down all the food that you have to eat to hit your goal. And the reason why is that I think that you're trying to eat, one, way too much more than you really should be eating, and or two, the type of foods that you selected for your diet probably weren't the right choices. Because if you pick the right foods that are easy to eat, easy to prep, digest, and have a decent and or good flavor that you don't get bored of, doesn't feel like it's too much, it should not be hard to stick to your diet. Or I'm just different compared to the one that is struggling with that. But so I think my biggest struggle for this challenge was my own self, was my head, was my mind. Questioning myself, did I eat enough? Did I eat too much? Am I gaining enough weight? Am I gaining weight too fast? And playing that track over and over every single day would have to be my biggest struggle during the challenge. So it's a big psychological challenge in it as well. And the way that I beat that was just having trust and faith in the diet, the plan, the program, myself, knowing that the answers to those questions will be revealed at the end of the challenge. Followed along with one minor physical struggle that I encountered early in the challenge, which was about 5 days in on the very first leg day. If you've seen that video, or if you go back to that video, I tweaked my back on a movement. Oh, that felt weird. I got one set of these left. I'm not gonna risk it. And thankfully I made the right call, backing off as soon as I felt that. It was just in the moment and or for that day. Moving forward, I was able to completely recover from that and continue throughout the entire challenge after that with no issues at all. But so that definitely can be a struggle for anybody, as nobody is exempt from injuries. Accidents can happen, so definitely be prepared to face that. All right, and so for the results, here go my before and my after picture. I'll keep swapping them throughout this for the different poses while we talk about the numbers. So as far as weight change goes, we went up a total of 10.2 pounds throughout this 6-week challenge, and 2.3% body fat. And these are numbers just based off of the scale that I use. Whether these are 100% accurate or 1,000% false, it doesn't really matter to a certain extent. Why? Because all that really matters is when you look in the mirror, are you happy with the results that you got? If so, doesn't matter what the scale is telling you. Also, again, if these numbers are completely wrong, let's say for example, the scale would have said I weighed 1,000 pounds And at the end, I went up to 1,010. Regardless if the weight is not 100% accurate, what you can tell based off of that is you did go up 10 pounds, right? So overall, the goal of putting on weight and or the lean bulk was definitely achieved. Now, I'm not sure if it was an error on my end because I didn't do this. However, what I can say is that moving forward for the next progression that I'm going to be tracking, I will do it. And that is deeper tracking. So I don't have a way to prove based off of numbers my strength gain and or my size gain from, let's say I was using 20-pound dumbbells and then I was able to move to 25, 5-pound increase in strength, and or my biceps measured X amount of inches in the beginning and then measured Y amount of inches in the end. So again, unfortunately, I don't have those numbers, but what I can say based off my experience is I did definitely notice some strength gains throughout the program. I was continuously trying to progressive overload and I did feel stronger, and my lifts definitely got better compared to from the beginning towards the end. And as far as size goes, 10.2 pound increase, regardless, there was size made. How many and where? Well, I don't know. Anticipate your struggles. You will be lucky if you don't have any, but if you do, be ready to deal with them head on. I think one of the most important things is to find your why, so you could help hold yourself accountable and keep that fuel to continue lighting your fire to keep driving towards that goal. One of my favorite lines is, if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. So plan ahead. Prep your mind, your meals, your supplements, gas in your car, all that. Remember, these type of challenges aren't a drag race. This is a circuit race. So if you come into the first turn too wide, you lose a couple seconds and fall behind, you aren't out of the race. Floor it on the straightaway, tighten up on the next turn, keep that momentum, close the gap, and get back in the lead. And last but certainly not least, again, it's also a big psychological challenge. So fuck what the scale says. If when you look into the mirror, you are happy because you look good and you feel good, just have faith and trust in the process. Keep going, don't stop. So what's next? Well, now it's time to cut off some of this 2.3% fat that I gained throughout the 6-week FST7 Lean Bulk Challenge, so I could then have room to bulk again. Because again, my overall goal for the year of 2026 is to get as big as I naturally can. So I'm going to be analyzing what I could have done better from these past 2 challenges to then conceptualize a new and better plan so I could then implement it on the future challenges to come and get that first place. Now coming back full circle, we're ending right where we started. So starting on Monday with chest, we will begin our mini cut. So during this series, we will have 5 videos weekly. Connect with me on Instagram, as I will now be starting to post there regularly. I'm also thinking about starting to post stories so you guys can see more of the behind the scenes of what goes on day to day. I'm not too sure of where I'm gonna post those stories, whether it be Snapchat or Instagram stories. I've also been thinking to start working on starting live streaming. More info to come for that in the near future, so stay in tune. But until then, remember, always try your fucking best. Peace.